All right, it's Media Day. We are talking 5A Division II with Everman Head Coach Michael Boone. Coach, I appreciate you joining us. You're wearing a different cap this year. You've been with the program for a while, but you're stepping into the head coaching role. Talk about how excited you are, first of all, for getting the head coaching job, and second of all, this new district that you're in, how excited you are to survey some real heavy hitters out there.
Sure. Well, I'm tremendously excited about the opportunity to lead this program, this community, and the opportunity that I have to reach so many in the community and help develop, our young student athletes with football being the hook, to get those young students and high school students interested in academics and all the other possibilities that we have in our community. So, being in this role is just a tremendous opportunity. So I'm totally excited about that. As far as the district is concerned, I mean, you can't ask for, a better situation where, each week you're going to be in a competitive matchup, your kids are going to get tested. And so doesn't take anything to motivate, guys to work in the summer months and in these 5 months since I've been a part of leading the program this spring to get ready for this, because, they know that, week in and week out, they're going to have fun and they're going to be challenged. And so we're really excited about our district.
I was going to say, it's not like you're not used to playing some heavy hitters. I mean, you've been jacking around with the Lido for the last couple of years. You have had some other squads over there, but you got a team that's got 5 trophies in their case there at Ennis and Summit. No matter how they finish in the district, they always seem to get to the regional final there. So you got some boys that you're going up against, but you're coming into it with some experience that you've played some players that were young in the past, but now with Jerry and Bassett and you got a couple running backs, a couple receivers coming back. Talk about what you think you guys might be able to do on offense to combat some of these big defenses you have in the district.
Well, we're really confident about what we have coming back with, several guys returning. You mentioned Jerry being a returning starter. He had a really good season last year, but didn't know very much about, our offense. So he didn't have a lot of green light to do things, on his own or, site adjustments. But, now having some experience on his belt, having the off season, really getting to understand what we're trying to do, I'm looking forward to him having a lot more opportunity to make, site adjustments, in-game adjustments that allow us to take advantage of opportunities. Every good defense still has weaknesses, and the more that the players can see those things and don't rely on the coaches, and it's the same as with the receiving corps. Receiving corps is returning as well. So, all those guys are just learning daily. I've been really impressed with what they've been able to do in the spring as far as, how much they understand what we're trying to do in our offense and how we're trying to attack people. And, anytime you can have a strong running game, you're pretty confident, and we're bringing back, 2 really good backs. So offensively, I think that, we're going to be a problem for a lot of people just as, we're facing some good defenses, but we're going to be a problem.
How about the other side of the ball? What are you looking at on the defensive side of the ball? Is there any guys who you're looking to step up and maybe slide into a leadership position and kind of lead that defensive unit?
Well, we have Kevin Allen coming back as a defensive tackle, and he is every bit of, the stud high school defensive tackle that you want to have. I mean, he's a really good player, and we're, we've got a couple of young guys that are going to step up at the defensive end position. I think that we're going to really upgrade with the amount of pressure that we can put from the edge. There's some speed guys over there. There's guys who want to be physical. So in the kind of the way we're going to let them loose this year, I think we're going to play them just a little bit differently, which will allow them to be a lot more aggressive, a lot faster there. The youth in the secondary, and we'll be young there, but we have young talent. So we'll be simple early, and allow those guys to just do a couple of things and do them really well, but then as we get into the meat of the year, we'll hopefully install everything that we do. And, but I think that, these young guys, which are talented guys, will step up. We have Christian Scruggs returning as a cornerback, so he's a returning guy. And so is Howard, one of our safeties. So they understand our defense. They communicate well. So we're really expecting them to step up and do a lot of the communication, making these young guys right. And, and as we, progress through the season, we're looking forward to just kind of seeing what they can do and how they progress. But as long as they're aggressive, then I think we'll be fine.
A lot of people talk about this district. They talk about how competitive it is, but it's one of those districts, you hear it from our guy Diggs and some of the other guys. It's not that you want to get in those top 4 playoff spots. It's one of those deals where you want to get in the top 3 so that you avoid South Oak Cliff in the first round. But you guys played South Oak Cliff last year, and it's not like you didn't go toe-for-toe with them in the first half there. You got some big turnovers and big kick returns. You're right there with them, and you may not hear Coach Todd say it, but that may have been a nice little kick in the pants that got them jump-started to, all right, we need to wake up and get busy. So playing any of these teams, it's not something that players on the E block really fear.
Right. Well, yeah, you're exactly right. We have experience playing those who've turned out to be the best in the state last year. So, and our guys, we're proud of, the way they stepped up. You obviously want to be on the winning end of it, the finishing end of it. And we worked and talked a lot about that this spring about, our ability to finish and the things we have to do to make sure that we can turn, 2 quarters into 4 quarters, and in some of those games we played some really talented people. So, but as far as, we don't really talk fear. We talk more about expectation, and our guys have, tremendous expectation in themselves when they step on the field. And so, when the opponent it's the whole mantra of face this opponent. I don't care if it's, an 0-10 or a 10-0 team that we're stepping up against. Our guys are going to step up with the same expectation. They're going to play hard and try to take advantage of every opportunity we get. So, again, it's just going to be fun. For me, it's high school football. And if you can be in an atmosphere where, there are high expectations for your team, high expectations for your opponent, that means that the stands are going to be full and, the energy is going to be high. And then you can let your kids play football. And it's always fun that way.
Well, speaking about the fun starts in week 1, 2, and 3 in your non-district games. Maybe you can talk about who you're playing in those games, since I know you don't have Heritage this year in the non-district. Who are those 3 games, and what do you hope to get out of them?
So we open up with Haltom. That's our week 1 matchup. Then we have Stephenville, and then we go out. We have Stephenville at home, and then we go out to Denton and face Denton. So as far as what we expect to get out of it, I'd really love to see our young guys get some experience, get put in situations, where they have to, to be successful or learn tough lessons, so that's what I expect out of the preseason, for those young guys to really get out there and get some reps. And then, offensively for us to, experiment with some things early and, see how we like it, see how we like what we're doing, make some adjustments to that, some in-game situations. That's what we use those games for. Ultimately you want to win every game, but, there's some things that we want to make sure that we iron out in a sharp on before we get into district play.
Excellent. Well, I can't wait to get this thing started. I know we got months to wait, but when it gets to August, it'll be here before you know it. So thank you for joining us, Coach, and good luck this season.
All right, thank you for having me, and then we look forward to talking to you during the season.